All right, what's going on? Giants victory. The first time doing a reaction video to a Giants victory. They win 27-21 in overtime in a thrilling game for the New York Giants. A lot of things went wrong in this game. A lot of things went good. But we're going to start with the goods because we won. And one, first of all, it just feels really good to get a victory. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and celebrate with us. We'll have a podcast out in the morning, film breakdowns later out this week. But it starts at the top. It starts with Daniel Jones. And something we've been calling for is let Danny down. Well, Daniel Jones today went 28 for 40. 402 passing yards. He hadn't had a 300-yard passing game under Jason Garrett so far. Today he doesn't do 300, he does 400. 2 touchdowns and then the one Hail Mary interception. So really 0 interceptions through 4 games for Daniel Jones, man, and he balled out, and especially when it mattered. I mean, 3 straight drives at the end of the game to score. You know, you get the touchdown to Saquon Barkley, and then the field goal at the end of the 4th, and then the touchdown. Like, Daniel Jones showed out. He's been playing very well this season. Balled out in 2 games, good in 2 games. He is playing really well right now. And, you know, I'm very harsh on Jason Garrett. I really think Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton kind of forced Jason Garrett's hand, because now it's like you can't just get Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney involved. These guys have to be the offense today. They have to be the all offense. And Kenny Galladay had 6 catches for 116 yards. Kadarius Toney 6 for 78. I mean, hell, just those 2 guys was better than most passing days for Daniel Jones in 2020. So it forced them to, and I think what the Giants are doing a lot is they're doing the play action, max protect, or 7-man protections, and letting guys find holes in the zone downfield. And they did a really good job. Great timing. So credit to, you know, Garrett. Like I was happy with Jason Garrett today. Not perfect, you know, the red zone opportunity where they did the handoff and the jet sweep to Ingram, and then the one-on-one with Rudolph. I hated that. But overall, you know, winning is the best deodorant, so we're forgetting that. John Ross, 3 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that touchdown, we don't win the game without it. In overtime, the first catch of overtime, he moves the sticks on 3rd down in overtime. Like, John Ross, you know, for someone who's had problems holding on to the ball, he plays really well. And then with Saquon Barkley, and I'm going to get to the O-line in a second because they deserve a ton of credit. Saquon Barkley, he had 5 catches, 74 yards, and obviously that big touchdown. 13 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. So 4 yards a pop. 4 yards a pop, and that's what we ask out of Saquon Barkley. And it looked bad to start, but hopefully he could kind of get his feel and look like he was running a little tougher towards the end of the game. But that's what we need out of Saquon. We need that 4 yards per carry. And, you know, I will give Jason Garrett credit to this. They ran the ball on like the first 3 first downs of the game, and they got 0 yards on him. You know, -2 and like 1 and then -1 or 0. Weren't getting yards on that, so they got away from that. Like, okay, because it was putting them behind off schedule to get, you know, to be stuck in 2nd and 10. Second and 10 is like the worst down in football. So good job. O-line, Andrew Thomas is that dude. Like, Daniel Jones, a big part of his play in 2021 is because of Andrew Thomas. I mean, let's think about this. Since Andrew Thomas started playing well, so you had the Tampa Bay game, Andrew Thomas played well in that game last year. After that, Daniel Jones has thrown 2 interceptions since Andrew Thomas has been playing well. One was off of Evan Ingram's hands week 17 versus Dallas, and then one was the Hail Mary. So essentially no interceptions since Andrew Thomas has been playing well. That is a huge difference in what I think we've seen out of Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones can trust his blind side, and when stuff is happening in front of him, he's a lot better manipulating the pocket when everything bad's happening in front of him. And that's why they went out and drafted Andrew Thomas. And you know what? Credit to the rest of the O-line. 0 sacks given up. Even Nate Solder. I was watching Nate Solder reps. Like, Nate Solder's just winning. And I'm very tough on Nate. But he showed up to play today. Like, congrats to you, Nate, on this game. On the interior, I don't remember much. I remember Will Hernandez getting out on that screen in overtime. That was huge. Or the 4th quarter. I can't remember which one. And then, Toney. Use this cat, man. I mean, that's what he turned a 3rd and 18 into a first down. That's what you drafted this guy for. Don't just use him on gadget plays. Make him a part of the route tree. Make him part of the progression, and you can see he went 6 catches for 78 yards. Galladay, 6 for 116. Galladay, you know, that Galladay catch and run at the end of the 4th. I mean, that's game deciding right there. If he doesn't make that catch, and that's game deciding. And then at the end of overtime, making the big catch before the Saquon run. So I mean, good stuff all around on offense. Like, really good day offensively. I'll say okay day. You know, he scored 27 points in overtime. Not an amazing day, but a good day for this offense for what we expected against a good defense in New Orleans. They're like the 3rd best rushing defense in the league. They had 6 interceptions in 3 games. Like I was worried. Jones did throw an interception, but I was worried he was going to throw interceptions in this game. He didn't. Defensively, not perfect, not really good at all, honestly. You get a touchdown called back on a holding penalty, which was a holding call, but still, you got beat on that play. Next play, Taysom Hill throws an interception, but you know what? You got to take advantage of those opportunities. So I'm not going to be mad at them for taking advantage, but they got giving up that touchdown. That could be us talking about 0-4 right now compared to 1-3, which is a big difference. And here's what I think is most worrisome about the Giants defense. Like, Jabril Peppers got beat 1-on-1 for that touchdown. That sucks. But, it's not the end of the world. Like Peppers, that was the first touchdown he had given up this season. By the way, Jabril Peppers, boom, we want the ball, motherfucker, or we want that motherfucker. Like, that was beautiful. Here's what worries me. 0 sacks, 1 tackle for a loss. 0 sacks, 1 tackle for a loss. They dropped back 26 times. They were sacked 0 times. So 0 sacks in this game overall from both teams. That is what is going to be the Achilles heel of this defense, is they cannot get after the pass rusher. And it's not like they're not blitzing. They blitz, and they just can't get there. And here's what really worries me. That actually worries me more. 170 yards on the ground by the Saints today. 170 yards. This team is supposed to stop the run on 39 carries. This team is built on stopping the run and letting their linebackers drop back and play coverage, and they just are not able to stop the run. Taysom Hill bumbled and stumbled his way through for 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, who was only averaging 3.4 yards per carry coming into this game, has 26 for 120. Running between the tackles. So there is some worries on this defense. Obviously, we won, so it's a lot more fun. But there is some worries. And here's what I will say: it feels like Joe Judge is really stubborn. You have that third and 1, and then 4th and 1, they kick a field goal that Graham Gano missed in the first quarter. And on the 3rd and 1, they call a play action leak, which is the tight end Caden Smith leaks to the backside. A lot of times that play ends up being wide open because teams are playing the run so well. I love that play call on 3rd down. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 1, man, we got to go for it there. You got to trust your guys to be able to get that 1 yard. And Joe Judge has went for it on 3rd down 3 times this year, and twice was in like I think all 3 times were in like they have to absolutely go for it versus Denver. So like we got to and the two that they didn't get was one was 4th and 15, the other one was 4th and 6 at the goal line. So like, we got to be more aggressive, man. That can be the difference in winning and losing. I know they won this game, but like that was frustrating from Joe Judge, man. That was really frustrating. And I felt like he was being stubborn and like not admitting that maybe his philosophy on some things are wrong. Where it's like, and then on the other side of that, if you're not going to go for it on 4th down, you should know for it on 3rd down that you're not going for it. Don't call that play if you're not going to go for it on 4th. But my philosophy is run that play on 3rd down, take a shot at the end zone. You only get so many chances at a touchdown. And if you don't get it, run the ball on 4th down or, run a quick concept, like, a high completion play. But that really frustrates me from Judge. McKinney has been a little disappointing. I think he's the one who got beat on that touchdown that got called back, missed some tackles. So, but anyways, a win's a win. A win is a win. I'm very happy with my players of the game: Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, and Kadarius Toney. How about that? Our last 3 first-round picks will be my 3 player of the games. And you know what? Give one to Saquon. All the first-rounders made a big impact in this game. So appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. We'll have a podcast out at 8 a.m. in the morning. I do O-line videos. People love those. I'll have an O-line report. I think I'm going to go through the game-winning drives in this week's O-line report, and I'll do a segment on Matt Skura since he's new to the line. Film review. Justin does a stat report. So a lot of good stuff. Appreciate you guys. We got a freaking win. Let's go Big Blue.